I think that's one marker that you have done your grief work because you can smile again.
So, Audrey, tell me a little bit about what would grieving do for a person?
I think what it can do is that it'll integrate that loss as a part of your life. But it doesn't have to be this mountain that is always in front of your eyes. When I just lost my dad, everything was about, I miss him. I don't know why he's gone.
Sure.
God, why did you everything was about him. And my life was almost like put on pause, even though on the outward, I was still doing my things. But now, 7 years later, if you ask me, hey, how are you doing? I'd be like, well, I miss my dad.
Right.
But I'm functioning. I can
Right.
smile, I can make jokes again and without feeling like, am I betraying him? I know I'm not, because he's happy with Jesus. And I'm
Right.
supposed to live my life. I think that's one marker that you have done your grief work because you can smile again. You can enjoy
Yes.
your family again. You can enjoy your hobbies. And you can pursue all that God has for you and still remember,
Yeah.
I did lose that thing though,
Yeah.
or that person.
I love what you just said, that we can go through life remembering them, knowing that they are with the Lord, and at the same time having a fruitful life.
Absolutely.
Right.
Isn't that
You
what we're
have-
supposed to do?
Yes. And I just want you to retell your story. You have a story about finding yourself in I believe, a store. And right, this was before you went through your own grief process. Tell us about that story.
Yeah, I think what you meant was that right after my dad died, I was just shopping at a Ace Hardware, and then from this aisle, I saw, oh, there he is, and
Wow.
I ran over there, and of course, it wasn't him, right? It was somebody else that had the same build as him, and so that was painful. And then so back in my childhood, there's a portion of my short childhood life where my dad wasn't around, but then he came back. I mean, there's a story that I could share. It doesn't sound sinister, really.
Right.
But anyway, because of that, there's a young part of me, when my dad first died, the part said, oh, don't worry. He's just playing hide and seek, because this is a young part, right? And so the part says, he'll come back. Just wait. And I felt heartbroken because I knew exactly what that part meant. Because we had a president. My dad was gone, and then he came back.
Right.
So it took a while for me to kind of sit with this part and say, sweetheart, I know that's what you were like referring to, but this time it's permanent. We'll see him again, but not this side of heaven.
Wow.
So that was both poignant and powerful because after that little part like took that in, I didn't have the thoughts of just you watch, he'll come back. Just you watch. And that kind of like subsided because I think the part finally got it like, oh, this is permanent. This is real.
I love that. It is powerful, but you had the courage to step into that. What can someone hope to get from this?
Yeah.
From your class or from reading the book?
Honestly, I hope that they would get to know their parts of their soul a lot more. Because those thoughts that we have, like, I wish my dad was still here. This weekend, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. All those come from parts of our soul. And so this book really introduces us to these thoughts are not random. They're there because parts of us think it. And then they send that thought to us or to another part. And it's kind of like therapy in a book. Because if you were to see me, which I know you, because you're also a therapist, a great one at that. But if you were to see me, for instance, I would ask the same questions that I put in this book.
Okay.
So whoever reads it, it's kind of like you get the lecture part when I like explain what the theory is. And then you get the portion where you answer the questions that I would ask if you were in my practice. So it's kind of like therapy in a book.
That's great. Now, for your class, I'm curious, what would be the ideal person for your class? Would it be someone who recently had a loss? Or is it open to anyone who wants to grieve any part of their life?
It's open to anyone. And I especially want to invite people who have been putting the grief in a closet somewhere.
Oh, wow.
I especially want to invite those people because it feels like that's a prison that they don't have to stay in. Unless they want to. And again, I don't know why. I want to respect that though. But anyway, it is open for anybody. So whether your loss was last week or 13 years ago or even beyond,
Right.
you're welcome here.